Welcome back, everyone. This is our second session of GAT preparation course. In today's session, we're going to review the two tests. I'm sure that you've done them. You're going to share your answers with me, and I'm going to grade them. Okay? In number two, today we're going to tackle a different type of questions, which is the contextual error. And also we're going to work on odd one out, and this is a different type of questions. In the last session, we were talking about how to tackle sentence completion and the analogy, and we have more tests today. So please, Kareem, can you share your answers for model test one with me, please?
Yeah, sure. I already sent you the PDF too if you want to have it open on your screen.
It's okay. I prefer to use the blank one.
Okay. Do I start?
Of course.
Okay. One, I chose A, disorienting reality.
Good. Perfect. Nice. Two.
Two is B.
Excited and contagious. That's a good idea. Three.
Three, A.
Search and rescue. Good. Four.
D.
Good. Resolution, a decision. Five.
B.
Stringent and neglect. Good.
Six is A.
Number six, cover. That's a good one. Seven.
D.
So here, surmised, guessed. Eight.
B.
Yes, sell. When you sell something, you get money. That's wonderful. So let's move to the analogy section. Nine.
D.
Ceiling and room, because a palette is the roof or the top part of the mouse, like a ceiling, the top part of the room. 10.
Aroma, smell. B.
Aroma, smell. So stutter here. How did you build the relation here?
Honestly, I think stutter and speech. Stutter comes from speech, so I thought aroma comes from smell.
Good job. So stuttering is a speech problem, right?
Yes.
When you stutter here, like, is aroma a smell problem?
I'm not sure. I guess.
Okay. What about astigmatism? Is a sight problem here? C is more accurate.
What does aroma mean?
Aroma, smell, especially a bad smell. So there's synonym here.
So they both work, but C is better.
Yeah. C. No, this is a real problem here. Aroma can be used with the smell of the food, sometimes different types of smell. But astigmatism, it's a problem. It's seeing problem here. Like stuttering is a speech problem. So you passed this one. Good.
Wait, so it's B or C?
C.
Oh, okay.
Sedative, sleep. Yeah.
D.
So the right answer is D. Why did you go for D? How did you build the sentence here?
A sedative puts you to sleep. Mnemonic memory doesn't make sense
Why?
because doesn't mnemonic mean like something about like I don't remember, but I think it was like a device or something like that.
Sleep makes us sedative, quiet, and lazy. Okay, this is the relation here. This is the analogy. Sleep makes us sedative, like a memory makes things mnemonic, where mnemonic improves our memory. This is something related to this category. But vocal, this is something related to the sound. And eloquence is the ability to express yourself using fewer words. Okay.
So mnemonic, I still don't get what
Yeah, mnemonic. We
mnemonic.
studied mnemonic. Okay, something related to memory.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the second one here. Good. 12.
12, I solved B.
Yeah, perfect. I mean that if something is very plain, it's austere. Austere mean very simple and plain. Like clean, if something is very clean, it's sterile.
Yeah.
13.
Also C.
C, perfect, because bacteria, okay, can decompose things or can lead to decomposition, like yeast can cause fermentation. I second that. This is the agent and this is the result. 14.
D.
D. Okay. Why do we vacate a building?
In case of an emergency.
Perfect. Do the people leave the place by their desire, by their will, or they force it to leave a place?
Mix of both. Uh,
Okay, sometime it's both. Okay. But what about the relation? What about letter B? Exile. When somebody is exiled from his nation
Kicked.
or his homeland, he's being taken, okay, and expatriated. So the relation here, when you expatriate somebody, you take him by force because of a problem or something wrong, and you ask them to leave their country. So here, vacate a building, I know that, but some people are aware enough to vacate the building in case of emergency. But here, exile because of troubles or something wrong, people are exiled, are taken, are expatriated. Like this one here. Students are expelled from schools when they misconduct or they misbehave at school. So the relation here is better, much better than this one. Good.
Okay. Yeah.
Third one, perfect.
Um, I solved D. Captain Army.
Mm, so what does it mean? I think we studied this word yesterday, incumbent. Incumbent, the boss, the president,
Incumbent. Yeah,
the
someone who's
occupant of the office. So this
in
is
charge.
the person and this is a place that it occupies here. So is the army a place?
The army. I mean, it's not a place, but
Yeah, it's clear that it's not a place.
doesn't incumbent mean someone who's in charge?
Of course. And this is a place, the office here. Somebody who's in charge actually occupies an office. Like like a number A, look at letter A. A monarch sits on the throne. This is place and the person relationship. Person, place, person, place. This is a person, but this is not the place. This is the place that he runs. Supervisor, employer, no. Captain, army, and this is the captain. Actually, he leads the army. So we don't have a place here. This is the throne and the monarch. The monarch, the ruler, he sits on the throne like the office of the incumbent and so on. Clear?
Clear.
Good. Hatch and hold.
Um, I chose B. Boat and barge.
Boat and barge. There are different types of boats, by the way. But let's build the relation here. What is a hatch? A hatch is an opening, okay? It's an opening that leads to the ship hold, okay?
Yeah, it's
So
probably B.
what is a hold? A hold, it's a large space in a ship or in a boat where we can store things. So this is here, the hatch. This is the opening which leads to this place. So this is an opening and this is the space, all right? We go into the hold of the ship through the hatch, like we go into the room through the door. Clear?
Clear.
Good. Shard and pottery, like
Splinterwood.
perfect. So here, I think most of the mistakes are here. Good. Now let's move to the reading. Question 18.
I chose B.
B. It is the border of Texas and Mexico. Okay. Where did you get the answer from?
First passage.
First paragraph, okay. So, although not the longest river in America, the most, but unlike other significant rivers in the first paragraph here.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah, so it has been the official border of Texas and Mexico. Okay, so this is B.
19C.
So 19C, highlight the fact that the Rio Grande flows south and from high. Okay, good. Based on its use in paragraph number 4.
Number 4. Oh, you mean number? Okay, I'm sorry. Twisted. C.
Quested here. Okay. But look here. Based on its use in paragraph number 4, the word feud is here. Let's go to paragraph 4. Today, the river is important as a source of water for Texans and Mexicans. More important, it's okay, a symbol of cooperation between two nations. Though borders like the Rio Grande separate nations, share the spaces, a simple, no, this is, I'm sorry. The name is Spanish for the big river. Rio Bravo. Bravo translates as furious. So the name makes sense because of its twists and turns. It certainly does seem to be angrier than most river. So furious here does not mean twisted, means angry. And it's explained here because of its twists and turns. It seems angry, it seems furious.
I read it, but I thought like you couldn't really say that a river is angry. It didn't make
Yeah,
sense to
it's
me.
angry because of too many twists. And when we have too many twists, actually the waves they crash a lot and makes a loud noise. Okay.
Yeah.
It is called Bravo, the angry, the furious one. Why is it called this way? Because it has got a lot of twists and turns. But I should go the first meaning. You picked why it is known as the Furious River. But here we need the meaning. Okay. 21 here.
21 I solved as C.
C, Texas and Mexico, has endpoints N. So C, good.
22 I solved as B.
22, not having any rain in water. At the beginning of the passage, we'll learn that Rio is, okay, you said B. Is it an ordinary river?
Not, but none of the other answers made sense to me.
Okay, is it mentioned here it's ordinary river? Look
In
at
the
the beginning of the passage here. Although not the longest river in America, it is one of the most important. So it is stated here. This question is easy peasy lemon squeezy. One of the most important rivers in America.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Okay. 23.
C.
Okay. In paragraph 5, you said, okay, so 23, you said C. Good. Using up water, they cannot be replaced easily. 24.
20, 24 is B.
B, restoring the level of water is in progress. So is it the problem here? Let's go to paragraph number 5. So where is the problem? Try to find a problem here. So totally is mostly used as a source of drinking water. Sadly, much of the water has been drained from the
Probably
river.
D. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So much of the water has been drained. Parts of the river are almost dry. This is a problem. This is because, okay, people use more water from the river than the river can get back from the rain and other resources. Experts are working to correct this with hopes of restoring, with hopes. Doesn't mean that they're restoring or they're just hoping.
You're just hoping.
Good. But it does not mean that restoring the level of water is in progress, because this is the main problem here. So the right answer here is the
D.
opposite. The water level became inadequate for people's needs. Okay,
Yeah.
good. 25. Look at the word but. Okay, it's really important here.
Yeah. It says a symbol of corporation.
So in the final paragraph of the passage here, the author says that the Rio Grande is a symbol of cooperation between Mexico and the United States, but we should have an opposite idea here, but also recognize it that, let's go to the last paragraph here. We know that this is a symbol of cooperation between two nations, okay, though borders like the Rio Grande separate nations here. So here is the opposite idea. We know this. The writer actually mentioned this. It is a symbol of cooperation between the two countries and the two nations, and they have shared the spaces, but still the river separates and divides the two countries because it is still a border. Clear?
Clear.
I need you to give some attention to the keywords in the question. I never question your linguistic ability. My main question is that you don't read the question very well. Good. So, unfortunately, we can say that you got 17 out of 25. This is a mini test, by the way. It's not a complete test. All right. And actually, I keep record of your 17. This is just the beginning. Okay. Do you have any questions regarding test 1?
No.
Perfect. Now let's move to test 2. Good, everyone. Now let's move to model test 2. Kareem is going to share the answers with us.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
One is A.
The red wolf is A, so you probably, it's explained here. Rare. Good.
2 is B.
2, it's B. Cheap. Ben's new watch was it cheap? It didn't cost much. Okay, it was broken. Good idea. Our
3
suitcases were
is B. Packed.
packed. Good. 4, the flowers made us smile. The garden was
The bright
Right.
flowers made us smile. The garden was lovely.
Perfect. When people are, sometimes they get upset.
Mean.
Mean. That's a good point here. After Muhammad drained all of the water out, the pool was
Empty.
empty. Sarah, she does not like to speak in public.
Shy.
Shy, or she's a shrinking violet. My graduation party was, I got everything I wanted and had a great time. It was
It was. I chose D.
day, perfect, super. A gentle tap was all it took to break the
Fragile.
fragile. Good. Okay, now please be cautious. Okay, because you can say 5 or 6 mistakes in the last model test. So reticent talk,
I chose B.
like, yeah, reticent. How did you build the relation here?
Reticent basically means the same, like the opposite of talk.
The opposite, when you talk, when you're reticent, you don't talk a lot, right?
Yes.
Yourself, yeah. So a reticent person is a person who is very cautious about his private life. And here,
Uh, Tasteless means something that doesn't have any taste. And savor is something that tastes good.
so you went for,
I went for B.
and I go for, um, okay, just hold on a sec. Okay, so I go for tasteless, savor, cranky, grumble, likely. Okay, okay. What about abstemious? You remember the word abstemious? You remember
No.
the picture when I showed you a plate with only 2 peas? I told you that I asked you
Yeah,
yesterday
someone
that
was.
are you abstemious about your food?
Yeah, I remember now.
Okay, so here you can say that talk, okay, a reticent person. Let's build a relation, okay? Reticent. This is how I'm
Red.
going to build it. Reticent, okay? A reticent person is someone who avoids talking. Good. And abstemious person, okay, is the person who does not have a devour. Devour means to take and eat eagerly. So the relation here is much better here. So we have the action here, eating a lot with a lot of eagerness. This is the devour. And abstemious is the person who does not have much devour for food. So this is the right answer. Clear?
Clear.
Good. 11.
11. I chose B.
Okay. Exploit and utilize. I second that. What is the relation here? This is the verb and object. This is the action. Okay. And this is the result or the product, like utilize and exploit. Okay.
12. I chose C.
So 12, you choose B. What is
C.
C? Mash onion. We don't mash onion, by the way. We chop onion. Okay. Mash potatoes. Okay, look at, let's find a relation first. Slice. What does it mean here?
Slice a cake.
Yeah, so you cut a cake here. Good. You cut a
Yes.
cake. When you slice a cake, you cut it. This is the expected action for this thing. This is what is expected to happen to the thing here. Good. So this is an action, perform it on an object. A cake is sliced. So this is how I'm going to build a relation here. A cake is sliced, or we slice a cake. Good. Look at this one. I need the same relation here. Do we peel a peach? No. Do we mash onions? No. Do we core orange? No. Do we carve turkey? Of course, you took this word yesterday. I told you that we can use carve to cut a chicken or a piece of meat or something. So the right answer is carve turkey. Clear? And this is turkey with T small. So this is a food here. It's not turkey, which is always capitalized. Next.
And I chose B.
So this is the relation here, cause and effect. Light causes reflection. Clear? This is how you should build a relation here. Light causes reflection. Like you
Reflect
chose
light. I chose echo and sound.
echo and sound. This is the result here. When we have sound, we can hear the echo. 14, I second that. Money poor. A poor person is a person who does not have enough money here. So something that is defined by the absence of the first word. So when a person does not have money, we say this is poor. Like
I
so
I wasn't sure, but I think it was B or D, and I chose D.
D. Okay, but by the way, you know what does it mean here? A supper.
Chauffeur.
A supper person is a person who abstains from liquor. Liquor, it's I think wine.
Yeah.
Good. But here, look here, the relationship between the two words here, it's a choice. I choose to be sober when I get away from liquor here. But look at this, look at B. Okay? So someone who's offensive is a person who lacks tact. So if actually, for example, I lack liquor, for example, I don't drink wine. Okay, do I have to be sober? I don't have to be this. I might be normal. I might be religious. I might be something else. Maybe sometimes for some health reasons. So here we have a choice a little bit. It's more of a choice here. A sober person is a person who avoids liquor, but the relationship here, it's a choice than a lack. I mean that this is optional to drink or not. But
Yeah,
here,
but I chose B, so D is wrong, right?
yeah, D is wrong. B is the right
Oh,
answer here. Okay,
B, not A, right?
B. Yeah,
Oh.
15. Correspond letters. So letters
C.
are
I chose C.
means of correspondence. You have it chosen what?
D.
D.
Huh?
D?
You're talking about number 15, correct?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm cutting out. Can you hear me?
Yeah. 15. Yeah, I can hear you. Kareem, I can hear you clearly. You're not breaking up. Hello? Kareem, I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
You
I
said
chose
15?
C. C.
C,
Yes, debate
d deb
problems.
debate problems. So how did you build up the relation here?
You correspond using letters.
Yeah, so here correspond, I mean that we exchange letters so we can correspond here. So do we exchange problems to debate?
No, we barter commodities.
Commodities, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. No mercy. This is wrong.
Yeah.
Where is the element of exchanging and swapping things here? Good. So partner here, I gave you something and you give me something else. Like letters here, I give you a letter, you send me a message, and so on. 16 here,
16, I chose D.
remorseless is a person who does not take a pity. Okay, so D, so does sympathy here is a despondent person. A depressed person does not have sympathy here. Let me build a relation here first. Let's say, so what kind of relationship here? So this is a lack of quality here. So a remorseless person is a person who does not show any pity. Good. Is a despondent person is a person who does not show empathy, sympathy? No, not at all. So the right answer here is A. A nefarious person is a person who lacks virtues, no morals. Clear?
There.
Good.
17, C. I wasn't sure about 17, to be honest.
70 here, extol, praise, they're synonyms. We studied extol yesterday. So you go for
I went C.
C. So what does it mean embellish?
I don't know.
Embellish. So, but actually I'm sure that you know regale. Yesterday we studied the word regale together, and we said regale means entertain somebody with jokes or different types of jokes and stories. But embellish here means decorate. So they're not connected at all. I refresh myself, activate myself, embellish a jacket, embellish a piece of clothes. So it has nothing to do with the relation here. Extol, when you extol something, you praise it. So the relationship is synonym here. Clear? So the right answer is A. Regale. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
And
makes sense.
entertain. Imperturbable.
Composure, I chose C.
Yeah, imperturbable here is a person who's not easily interrupted. So this is an adjective, and this is the noun, adjective, and the noun, adjective or the quality. So you have it chosen.
I chose C.
C.
Yes.
So what is the relationship between both of them here? How did you build it?
No idea, honestly. I don't know what imperturbable means.
So you're committing a suicide here. Why? Meticulous, I said, is a person who's very accurate and picky.
No, I know
Good.
what meticulous means. I don't know what imperturbable means.
Ingenuity here, like creativity.
What does imperturbable mean?
Imperturbable. Look, you can get it from the look of it. Imperturbable. Okay. Imperturbable is a person who's very quiet, is not easily evoked by anything. He's as cool as a cucumber. Calm, steady,
Okay.
calm and steady. Okay,
Okay, I
so
got it.
like cherry and cautious here. This is an adjective and this is a quality here. Like this one, composure. I mean that this is a quality of being quiet and steady, to be thick-skinned, you have a big head. But imperturbable is a person who's not easily disturbed, like cherry, caution. This is a quality here, and this is the adjective it modifies. Clear?
Clear.
Good. Now let's move to the reading comprehension.
Okay, number 19, I chose C.
Good.
Number 20, I chose A.
Yeah, bothers you.
Number
21.
21, I chose D.
It can be dangerous and use them in your kitchen. Good.
Number 22, I chose C.
Fruit flies do not like. Okay, so paste on the information. Okay. Next to last paragraph, we can understand that the author thinks this is fruit flies do not like. Are you sure about this? Let's go to the paragraph. Which paragraph does he mean? He means this one. Okay. So next, make a trap. Okay. Make a trap to catch all of the remaining fruit flies in your house. First, do 1 to 3. Good. Put a piece of very ripe or rotting fruit into the vinegar. Cover the bowl very tightly. Small holes. He's explaining how to do that. This trap will catch the remaining flies. You can either kill these flies or release them indoors. No, I don't think this one. Okay. Let me see. This is paragraph 1, paragraph 2. This is paragraph 3. This is paragraph 3. Okay. So, although there is a chance fruit flies can carry germs onto your food, this is not very likely. Fruit flies, because such, yeah, a nuisance here. No, this is nuisance. People want to get, yeah, most people want to get rid of these pesky bugs as quickly as possible. Some people use pesticide sprays, although sprayed harmful poison to your kitchen. Luckily, there is safe in your house. The first step for you to remove the fruits, store, clean up, take the trash. Doing all of these things will stop the fruit flies from finding food. Piece of ripe holes will catch. I'm just trying to make sure of something. Based on the information here, we can understand that the author thinks that fruit flies do not like this one. Okay. I need to read it again. Hold on a sec, because the answer is a little bit different. make you crazy with a little effort you can from taking over your kitchen. Make a trap to catch all of the remaining fruit flies in your house. First, fill a small bowl with put a piece. I'm asking you what to do. Through flies to a trap will get. You can either kill these flies. Look at this one here. Or release them. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Look at this one here, Kareem. You can either kill these flies or release them outdoors. This is a point here. Based on the information, we can understand that the author thinks. What does he think here? I think fruit flies do not like vinegar here. This is not the main point here. Look at this sentence here. He's telling you that you can either kill these flies. Is it clear? This is one option.
Yes,
Or release them outdoors. What does it mean, release them outdoors? I mean that some people do not like killing flies. So the right answer here, some people do not like killing insects. So he stated indirectly that you can open the door to release them. Clear?
clear.
Okay, 23.
23, I chose B.
Yeah, this is annoying, pesky. 24.
24, I chose C.
How to get rid of fruit flies. 25.
D.
Yeah, other bugs here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 6 mistakes. Okay, good. You show some progress here. You got 19 out of 25. Okay, thank you. This is our first goal. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Good, perfect. Don't worry, practice makes perfect. I can share privately Adham's grades with you. He was working on the same way, but actually by the end, he was doing great job. So let's move to the second goal. We have a second type or a third type of questions that has come up in the GAT exam, which is contextual error. I mean that you will be given a short paragraph with 4 words underlined, and it's your job to read this paragraph quickly. It shouldn't be a paragraph. It can be from 1 to 2 to 3 sentences, and find which one does not fit the meaning here. Most of the questions are about the lexis, I mean that the vocabulary, the using or the correct usage of the word that fits the meaning of the sentence here. Let's look at the first one here. Can you read?
Nowadays, concrete criticism is popular. It's almost impossible for a non-literal person to understand the literal criticism's analysis.
Yeah, so here nowadays, okay, concrete criticism is popular. It is almost impossible for a non-literal person, I mean that the people who can read a lot, to understand the literal criticism analysis. So which word does not make sense here?
I think non-literal person to understand the literal person's analysis. Concrete?
Concrete criticism. Concrete, why do you think it's concrete here?
He says concrete criticism is popular.
Good, yeah. I need something
It's
concrete here. When I
oh,
criticize something, we have abstract criticism and we have concrete criticism. It is impossible for a non-literal person to understand.
the literal criticism's analysis.
Yeah.
Analysis?
Okay, so look here. A non-literal here what is literal and non-literal? Can we say that a person is literal and non-literal?
Someone who knows how to read and write, I think.
Okay, but this is literate and illiterate, not literal. I mean that I think you studied literal texts. We can use literal and non-literal to describe things here, to describe something related to language. So non-literal here, this is the wrong usage because I use literal and non-literal to describe ideas and texts, not people. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The next one here. If you would like to get a better one, you can say nowadays concrete criticism is popular. It is almost impossible for you can say a layperson, okay, or you can say um, you can say non-critical person, non-critical people with critical thinking. So the options here can be like that. But literal and non-literal, actually, they are used to describe texts and books. Good.
Good.
Let's look at number 2.
Commander ordered his plan to attack when he saw the enemies raising a white flag. He was relieved to put an end to the hostileness.
Yeah. So which one? The commander ordered his planet to attack when he saw their enemies raising a white flag. He was relieved. He was happy to have put an end to this hostileness.
Um, it's either plan or white flag.
But actually, white flag, yeah, the commander ordered his plan to attack. So the right plan, I think this is the wrong one here because we cannot, he cannot order a plan. He can set out a plan, he can follow a plan. But for example, you can say the commander ordered his army, commander ordered his soldiers. Good. 3.
3. I arrive to Earth as a meteor and leave as a thunderbolt. A
Yeah.
quote said by someone to someone. This quote, in fact, doesn't reflect his charming solemnity, because in his professional life, which was for about 10 years, he wrote poems and books, but he then sank into the abyss of darkness. Solemnity?
Yeah. Good.
I mean,
Good. So what is a better, what is another choice here? This code, in fact,
thunderbolt.
does not reflect his charming, you can say personality.
Yeah.
Okay. This question actually, what I noticed while preparing my classes, the passages are chosen randomly, so sometimes it does not make sense itself. 4, during the early years, the years of the universe,
Almost inconceivable violence raged through the cosmos, yet this tranquility only managed to produce a small number of atoms.
yeah, so
Tranquility.
tranquility, okay. So what should we say here?
Um, Tragedy. I mean, it's not a tragedy, but
During the early years of the universe, almost inconceivable violence raged through the cosmos, yet this explosion, the Big Bang, I think he's talking about that here.
yeah,
Okay. 5. He was
it
a
was a great.
great speaker. Good.
It was. I mean, there's no underline here.
Okay. Let's spot the mistake here. He was a great speaker. His colleagues were too
We're too
dazzled.
dazzled by his posture.
Yeah, his posture to question his continuous hypothesis. So posture here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the wrong
Dazzled
one.
by what?
Replace it by his voice, maybe, or his.
Or answer, reply. Okay. Question number 6. The assumption.
Question number 6. The assumption that chlorofluor
Currents.
fluorocarbons would be deleterious in the environment because they were chemically inert was challenged by demonstration of potential threats to the ozone layer. Um, Deleterious?
So the assumption that chlorofluorocarbons would be deleterious in the environment because they were chemically inert was challenged by the demonstration of a potential threat to the ozone layer. But deleterious here means dangerous.
So I don't know which one.
I don't spot any mistakes in this one, by the way. The assumption that chlorofluorocarbons would be deleterious in the environment because they were chemically inert was challenged by the demonstration. Good. I don't spot any mistakes here. In the environment because they were inert, I mean that they were not active, was challenged by the demonstration of a potential threat. No mistakes here. No mistakes. 7.
Miss Johnson, who was a chief accountant, was confident in her abilities due to her 10 years in the field, and she was unwilling to
To
unwilling.
unwilling, yeah. Yeah, she's willing, not unwilling. So the meaning here is not correct. 8.
Number 8. Each occupation has its own weaknesses. Bankers, lawyers, and computer professionals, for example, all use language which outsiders have difficulty following. Weaknesses.
So each occupation has its weaknesses. Good. What should we use here? By the way, you don't have to replace it with something, but this is for a better understanding. We can use jargon. A jargon is a language or a group of words that's used by a group of people. Good.
Yeah, good.
9. Biological clocks.
Are of such basic, helpful, adaptive value to living organisms. We'd expect most organisms to endure them. Endure.
Yeah,
Tended
endure,
to
of
adapt.
course. Yeah, so here, endure them. We expect, I think, possess them, develop them. 10.
We learn in school about critics, zoology, history, and anthropology to benefit and get from the past and forget our mistakes.
Yeah, we learn in school about critiques, zoology, history, anthropology to benefit and get from the past and forget our mistakes.
Benefit.
Why? Why benefit? Can be used
I
as a
don't,
noun. Yeah.
it makes more. I don't know what zoology is though.
Zoology is the study of animals.
So it's physics.
Yeah, this is a problem here. Yeah, critiques here is not something to be studied here. We can say civics, studying civil life. Okay. Ec- Okay. So the problem here is critiques.
Understood.
11.
The production of energy through sunshine energy in the past years has increased dramatically. Sunshine energy,
We don't say sunshine energy. Yeah, we say
sunlight energy.
this is only in love. Yeah, you're my sunshine when it rains. Yeah. So solar energy. Good. This is only in Romans. Yeah. All the extension network is a
In
speedy
speedy
in
delivery,
delivery.
there may be delays due to the breakdowns and robberies. I mean, robberies.
Robberies. Yeah.
That's it's the wrong one. If he was getting robbed, you're not going to get your food or
Yeah.
whatever.
Robberies. Yeah. Breakdowns, for example. So, and breakdowns also will be extra toll charges. Okay. Robberies here. 13.
Ultra modern city, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
It's the most popular environmental destination in the world where shopaholics seek for bargains full of bustling markets and malls.
So look here, destination in the world where shopaholics seek for bargains.
I think it's environmental.
Perfect. Yeah. So here we can say shopping destination. 14.
The documentarists were frustrated about the lack of awareness of poverty in the US, so they decided to film an experiment where they live on minimum money for a month. Money.
So,
Wage, probably.
um, so the documentarists were frustrated about the lack of awareness of poverty in the US. So they decided to film an experiment. So where you would live on the minimum money for a month.
Money is wrong. It's supposed to be wage, minimum wage for a month.
Wage, minimum wage. Good. Wage here. Or salary, for example. Stop buying fashion magazines and
And
looking at
looking at
models.
models, they have an obvious negative impulse on you. Besides, your pictures aren't taken by expensive cameras and altered by programs. Impulse?
Yeah. What should we use here? They have negative what?
Text.
Yeah. We say negative impact. We say negative effect, but we never say negative impulse on you. So this is impulse. Okay. That's it for this type of question. Don't worry, you will have more practice when we do complete tests. All right. We have too many full tests where you can practice this type of question more and more. And let's jump straight to a fourth type of questions, which is find the odd one. You will be given, as you see here, 4 words, and you need to find 3 common words and which one is different. So look at the first one here. Dollar,
Ounce.
peso, ounce, euro. If you look at A, B, and D, they're currencies used in different countries around the world. But ounce, it's a unit of measurement. So which one is different here? This is ounce. Clear?
Geometry, algebra, calculus, thermodynamics. Thermodynamics.
So there's something about math here. Thermodynamics here, it's not related to math. Good.
Cuboid.
Yeah,
D.
cuboid. I think this is 4D, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Um, Snake.
Is a snake a sea animal?
It's the only animal that lives on land here.
Yeah, so here. So can a snake live in water? Both can live in water, like a crocodile here. But if you say a snake is different, why don't you say a crocodile too?
Because a crocodile stays in water a lot of the time, like a whale and a fish.
Yeah, but not all the time, not mainly. Sometimes it goes to land, like a snake. If you go, if you're going to comprehend them this way, I think B and C are the same. Which lives in water and which does not. Which lives completely in water and which does not live completely in water. So if you go for B, you will find C have the same features. Try to find something else.
Um, I can't think of anything really.
Okay. Do fish lay eggs? Yes. Do snakes lay eggs? Yes. Do crocodile lay eggs? Yes. Do whales lay eggs? No. So the right answer here is a whale. Clear?
Yeah.
Good. 5.
Sword.
Yeah, because here all of them are in the kitchen. They're kitchen tools, except the sword. 16.
Iodine.
So which one? Sorry. Okay.
D.
Iodine. Good. Iodine here. This, they're all of them are metals, but this iodine is non-metal. 7.
B.
So B, unfaithfulness, betrayal, infidelity, they're the opposite or the antonym of loyalty here. So they're negative and this is positive. Clear. Good. 8.
Uh, Rabbit.
Rabbit. In what way did you categorize them?
2 legs. The rest have 4.
Eggs. A rabbit does not lay eggs.
Legs. Legs.
Legs. 4 legs. But a fox has got 4 legs too. And a
A rabbit
dog.
doesn't. A rabbit has 2 legs. No.
No, not 2, 4.
No, I thought they have 2 legs and 2 hands.
Hmm. We don't say legs and hands because actually they're,
True. Yeah. Yeah. They do jump on all 4s.
yeah.
They all give birth.
Okay, let's look at it a different way. Can you keep a cat at home?
Yeah.
A dog?
Yes.
A rabbit?
I don't know. I've never seen one.
Yeah, yeah,
Have
a
a
rabbit
rabbit.
is a pet animal. Some kids like keeping rabbits in their houses, or even they can be kept. But a fox here cannot. Good.
Yeah. Understood.
9.
9 is Pluto?
really, you're killing me. Is Pluto a planet?
No.
Pluto.
I mean, we took it. It doesn't count as one.
Okay. But it's not in the solar system, right?
Pluto?
It's not in it's not in the solar system, right?
Pluto is at the end of the solar system.
Good. But actually it's considered, it's accounted for for a second galaxy. Good, but it's not our topic right now. Some people say that Pluto does not belong to our solar system. This is not the main problem here. Is is the sun a planet?
Yes.
The sun. The sun
I
is not a
mean,
planet. This is a star.
true.
Saturn, Pluto, Mercury are all planets.
Saturn is.
Yeah, it's a planet. The sun is not a planet. The sun is a star. Clear?
Yeah, but Pluto. I mean, I understand, but Pluto isn't a planet. That's fine. Okay, I get it.
Okay. All right.
Smartphone, Honda, iPod, webcam. I mean, there's two phones, well, an iPod and a smartphone.
So
A Honda
smartphone,
isn't an electronic
Honda.
device.
So okay, you go for it. Honda is a car.
Yeah.
These are electronic devices. Good. 11.
Kidney, heart, and eye, there are organs. Hands aren't. So hands.
All of them are
Wait, no.
organs,
They're
anyways.
all organs.
Don't take it this way.
But hands are the only external ones. Everything else is internal.
Okay, but we have two internal and we have two external. Hands and eyes are internal, external, and they're connected to the body some way. Kidney and heart are inside the body. So find something else. Maybe this is not the type, this is not the kind of relation that he's tackling in this question.
The eye and hands are used to feel and sense. That's all I can think of.
Okay, how many hands have we got?
Two hands, two eyes,
Good.
two
Yeah.
kidneys, one heart.
How many kidneys we've got?
Two,
Two. How many hearts?
one,
One. Eyes.
two.
So hands, kidney, and eye or eyes exist in pairs except our heart. Good.
Yes.
12. And by the way, I know I don't like you to take it personally. I have no doubt with your English, but this test tackle the language through specific skills. So the more you practice, the more you will get it. You will understand the core of it. Clear? Like the IELTS, like the SAT,
Yeah,
like
yeah, I get
GAT, and that's it. You will, after some time, by doing a lot of tests and you do good practice, you will find, you will understand, yeah, you're tackling this way. You're testing that way, and that's it. So this one here,
Number 12.
yeah,
Car.
car,
Four wheels.
it's four, yeah, all of them are two-wheelers, but a car is a four-wheeler. Don't try to take it like which one has got an engine, because you will find that a bike and a bicycle and scooter and car. So it is not the way that the question is tackled. 13,
Um, I think Mozart.
because he's the only musician here.
Yeah, everyone else is a scientist.
Good, perfect.
Find kilometer, meter, quart.
Yeah, so here, quart. This is the different one. Good. It's only fourth a gallon is a quart.
MRI.
Good. Magnetic resonance imaging. They're all devices here, electronics, but this one is not. It's used for medical imaging and things like that. Perfect. Okay. That's wonderful. Okay, now let's move to another test. I will give you 30 minutes to do test 3. We need to practice working under time pressure. So this is a mini test because actually we don't have contextual error or odd one out, but I prefer to work on the 3 types of questions first, and then we're going to add the other ones. So this is model test 3, and I'll give you 30 minutes, I'm sorry. So you're going to answer out loud, and I'm going to grade it right now. Clear?
Yeah.
So let's practice. Let me set the time, 30 minutes, because there are only 25 questions. You're given 50 questions in the real exam. So you can start right now. This is a test.
Okay. See,
You read the question, please.
Maher
Because
was ready
oh,
to go to summer camp. His bags were packed and he was excited.
so he was excited. Good.
2 is A.
The ancient pyramids. Read the question because I'm reading with you.
The ancient pyramids were large and impressive. Seeing them was an awesome experience.
So here it was awesome. So you have it chosen number what? A. Good. I second that.
Fayez was afraid of the animals at the petting zoo, but he soon found that they were um, tame.
Same. We studied this yesterday. Good.
The car would not start today, so I doubt it will start today.
Yeah, I doubt.
I couldn't sleep because my roommates were being so loud.
Good. So because it's so loud.
Before we started diving, we had to make sure the water. Uh, we had to make sure that the water was clear enough.
Clear enough. Okay. So deep enough.
No diving deep. Yeah.
Deep. Okay.
The coins were shiny.
Shiny. Good. The lines were
Probably scary. Um,
scary.
yeah, scary.
He tried to be brave. Good.
They were glad that the car crash was over. After they had finished washing all 30 cars. They were tired.
They were tired. 30 cars. They were tired.
Wanted to have a late dinner, but the restaurant was already closed.
Closed. Yeah. But here, this is a keyword. Analogy. Mind your steps, please.
Uh, path, Mandaring.
Yeah. Endearing. I mean that with a lot of twists here.
Yeah. Funny remark. C. I'm not sure.
Okay, give me the final answer, please.
C.
So you go for C. Why?
Because I'm still not sure what Mandarin means.
Mandarin. Okay, you choose, then I will tell you the meaning. So your final answer is
Let's go D.
you go for D, right?
Yeah,
Good. The right answer is D. Okay,
good.
good.
Exercise. If you exercise, you become strong. If you read, you become knowledgeable.
So if you exercise, you become strong. Okay.
D.
So read knowledgeable. Good.
Yeah, I can't see the one after. Can you scroll down?
Fragment
Uh,
is a piece of bone.
Speak of shard pottery. D.
Shard pottery. Okay. Can you read all the choices here?
Quartz is a type of stone. Rim is part of the wheel. Ash is made from coal.
Shard. Okay. 14.
Bacterium medium. Meadow grass. Snake egg. Parasite hosts. And predator den. I think A.
You know what is a meadow? A meadow is a large piece of land with no trees. Maybe we have grass. So a bacteria or a bacterium usually works through a medium. Like a parasite usually works through a host. Clear?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the first mistake. Good.
Innervate vigor.
Okay.
Um, Not verify validity. Change substance. Um, can I know how much minutes I have? How many minutes I have left?
Yeah, you still have 30 minutes. I'm sorry, you still have 25 minutes.
You said 30 questions, right?
Yeah. No, 25.
25 questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to take a break or something?
No, let's skip this question. I'll come back to it.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Leave it
Number.
right now. Good. So,
Yeah, I'll come back.
okay.
Pedantic learned. I think pedantic means like of something. Pedantic learned. Sympathetic. Gillless.
A pedantic person is a person who's very interested in details. Okay, so you can say this
Okay,
is
so
an
very
extreme,
obsessed with details.
a very learned person is pedantic.
A gillless person, simplistic. Gillless means innocent. So
So this is the strong
the
form of this one.
yeah, A isn't correct. Biased, prejudged, scientific, experimental, principles and morals. It's a principled person, probably B.
Probably B. Okay.
Actually, let me just make sure.
17.
No. It's D. It's D. It's D.
So
Someone
a
is
principled person, yeah, D. Biased,
D, D, D,
prejudice.
D.
Is biased here a strong form of prejudice?
Yeah, because someone who's prejudiced, he chooses something without reason, and someone who's biased chooses
Biased.
something without reason but more.
Is it a strong form of it?
I'm not sure.
Okay. 17.
A
Yeah.
vapor.
Pick your answers after you finish. I'm going right. I'm going to grade it for you. Vaporized, heat.
Okay, vaporized is because of heat. Gas diffused, hardened pressure, abraded friction, and purified distillate.
Yeah. So you're gonna go
Distillate.
for distillate, purified and distillate, right? When we
Yes.
heat water, we get it vaporized. So when we distill it, we get it
Yeah. When you
purified.
distillate the water, you purify it.
Okay.
Also, can you change number 16 to be again?
16 to be again. Okay.
Yeah.
So trim your hair.
Yeah. Um, I think prone and hedge B again.
Yeah. Prune, hedge. Okay. So when you trim your hair, do you cut it or you just get it tidy and like prune the hedge? Good. Cringe, like somebody
Dread.
who gives you the creep. Yeah.
Yeah, so you dread it.
You feel, yeah.
Um,
You can say this is action and reaction.
CC.
So here, entertain, amusement.
Yeah.
Okay. Amusement, but okay. Amusement here is a noun.
You feel amusement from entertainment.
Okay. Reading. Would you like me to send you the test on your WhatsApp so you can read it
That's
easily?
fine. I'll take a question. I'll take a picture of the question.
I'm gonna send you the whole test, okay? So you
Okay.
you, you can have the PDF, you can go back again, read again, and so on. Clear?
Clear.
Okay.
Do I say
Okay. 20,
D,
D, 21,
D,
D, 22,
C,
22 you said C, 23,
A,
A, 24,
D,
D, okay. You said, I'm sorry, 23A, 24, D,
D,
25,
C.
C. Okay. Now let's go back again. Okay. For number 1, as you mentioned, it's really excited. This is correct. Impressive, awesome, tame, doubt, loud, deep. We got to make sure that the water is deep enough because we're going diving. We're not going snorkeling.
Oh,
7
I
here.
forgot to come back to the question, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Which one actually?
Number 15.
Okay, we're gonna go back again. Okay, no problem. Um, the lines were scary, brave, tired, and closed. This is you got you get a full mark here. For the analogy here, you said 11. You said here this is 11. You said assault and triumphant. What is the relationship between both words? A triumphant is a winner, but an assault is an attack. So they're not connected at all. So meandering here, it's an adjective for a path that has got a lot of turns and twists here. So meandering here with a lot of turns and twists. So this is an adjective
Yeah.
describing a noun. So this is a noun, and this is the adjective that describes it. Like this one here. Look at this one here. Remark an adroit. Somebody who's skilled. And this is a noun here. If you're able to come up with good remarks, so you're skilled at doing this. So this is the adjective, and this is a noun, it modifies. So this is the first mistake. Clear? So
Yeah.
D, not D, actually, there's no clear connection between the two words. Exercise and strong, this is 12. This is cause and effect. I second that. You read. If you read, you will get knowledgeable. 13. Okay, this is a part of whole, like shard and buttery. Good. Fragment, it's a piece of bone. Yeah, I second that. 14, parasite, a host. 15, okay. You said that you want to go back to this question again?
Yeah. 15. I think I'm gonna choose okay. I think best option is probably okay, I'm gonna choose D.
D, good. Adulterate here, this is a verb, which means that to make something impure by adding other substances here. And purity is the state of being unmixed with something else. So this is the verb, adulterate, and this is a quality, okay? So this is D. So if you do this, you will get this. Like if you do that, if you activate yourself, you will reach a high level of vigor. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So innervate, I mean that to weaken something. So this is the opposite. You will never, I'm sorry, you will never be vigorous if you innervate your energy. You will never reach purity if you adulterate something. Clear?
Yeah.
Did you get it? You know what
Yeah.
does innervate mean? Innervate mean to weaken and drain power and energy. So this is the adjective and this is the opposite noun of it. Like this one, this is a verb and this is the opposite noun of it. When I adulterate something, I make it impure by adding too many things. But purity, this is a state of being unmixed with something else. So this is the adjective and this is the opposite noun. I'm sorry, this is a verb and this is the opposite noun. This is a verb and this is the opposite noun. Good.
Good.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
This does not lead to this. It's my bad. I'm sorry. I got it wrong. Innervate means weaken your vigor. Adulterate means to stop purity or to weaken purity of things. So you got it. Good. 16 here. You did number 16, right?
Yeah.
Good. And I second that. Moralistic people are people who are obsessed about principles, virtues, and values and things like that. No, this is the right choice. B is the right one here. Extremely concerned about principles and morals. A moralistic is a person who is extremely and obsessed about principles and virtues. Like pedantic person, he's got a lot of knowledge, so he's very, very, very learned. 17 here, you went for C and I go for B. So look at this one here. If we heat something, we get this. And if we add pressure on something, we get it hardened. This is the result of heating. And high pressure can harden things actually. Clear?
Yeah.
So this is the second mistake here. Trim your hair to look better, like prune your hedge to look better. So we have ornamental purpose here. I second that. So 19 here. Okay, when you cringe, I mean that you fear something, like you said here, entertain amusement. No. So look at me here. In this state of nervousness, I start to fidget. You know, fidget here? To make small movements because of nervousness. And if you get dreaded, you will cringe. Clear?
Clear.
But entertainment, amusement, yeah, they're more of synonyms. They're not that way. If you get dreaded, actually, you cringe. You go away. This is a result of this. This is a verb, and this is a result. Action and this is the effect. This is the action, and this is the effect. When you feel nervousness, you start to fidget, and this is the second one. Good. No, the fourth one. Good. Let's go to robots. As used in paragraph number 1, you said we can understand that something special is not tired, but something special is not something normal. When I say that a robot is a machine, but it's not just any machine, it's a special kind. Why did you go for tired? Did you read it right?
Yeah, I confuse
Good.
it.
21 here, so wasted mistakes, by the way. Spare your mistakes for something else. 21 here, you said I second that. What is the main purpose of paragraph number 2 to describe the things a robot can do? And this is really important to understand the writer's purpose, and this will be tackled separately next session. 23, you said to this 23, you said 1961, it's stated clearly. In 20, to help explore Mars, good. Robots are helpful, that's wonderful, good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you got 19 today. This is mini test number 3. Good. So we have a little progress here. Good job. You will be assigned 3 more tests or mini tests to do more practice. How many tests you will have done by the end of this course? Mini tests, I prepared you 10. And we have complete tests, 5 more complete tests with all the question types. Now let's move to the vocabulary. They're really important. We need to take our portion of today's vocabulary, and this is the last goal. You need to learn 20 words each class. So this is a word to make something more beautiful. I think that you read very well. Can you read the definition, please?
To make something more beautiful by adding something to it.
Like decorate. Look, this is a verb, embellish. I think we made this in one of the exams. Embellish. This jacket is embellished. The ceiling was embellished with flowers and leaves. Next.
To push away or refuse something or someone unwanted.
Yeah, to push away or refuse something or some like a worship or something. So this is
Repulse.
good. So the enemy attack was quickly repulsed. Repulse to defend yourself. To okay. Next.
Always staying calm and controlled.
Perfect. Like a short person. This is imperturbable. Yeah, showing a poker face. Imperturbable, not easily provoked by anything. Imperturbable. Okay, he was imperturbable in a crisis.
Very simple with only the things that are absolutely necessary. Especially because of severe limits on money or goods.
Good. Yeah, because of severe limits on money or goods, this is austere. We say that austere, extremely simple. Austere. And austere childhood during the war. Next. Yeah, this is meandering, moving slowly in no particular direction with no clear purpose, like this river here. A long meandering speech. Twisting with a lot of twists and turns. Okay, next.
Very skillful and quick in the way you think or move.
Very skillful, quick in the way you think or move. This is adroit. She became adroit at dealing with difficult questions. Next.
Using or containing more words than necessary to express an idea.
Yeah, using more than necessary. This is called circumlocutory. Circumlocutor, like redundant. All right, circumlocutory, especially when it comes to talking and giving the speeches. It was a difficult interview where I was given circumlocutory replies. Circumlocutory. Next.
A field with grass and often wildflowers in it.
This is a meadow. Okay, there was a path through the meadow to the village. Next.
An animal or plant that lives on or in another animal or plant of a different type and feeds from it.
Good. This is the parasite. Like a bacterium needs a medium, this is a parasite. It's an animal or plant that lives on or another animal. The older drugs did not deal effectively with the malaria parasite. Next.
To make someone feel weak and without energy.
Yeah, you remember that we used this with I think energy or vigor. So this is innervate. Innervate, to make someone feel weak and without energy. A lifetime of working in dreary jobs had enervated his very soul. Enervate, your energy, enervate.
Active strength or body or mind.
Perfect, this is vigor.
Okay.
Yeah, she was picked to lead the volunteer group because of her vigor and enthusiasm. This is vigor, vigor.
To free from a charge of wrongdoing.
Good job. He was acquitted.
Vindicate.
Vindicate, yeah. When you vindicate somebody, you acquit them and you show them that they're not guilty. They said they welcomed the trial as a chance to vindicate themselves. Vindicate, to prove that someone is not that guilty. To make food or drink weaker.
Or to lower the quality by adding something else.
Good. So this is adulterate. Okay, adulterate. You add too many things at the same time. So the pharmacist was convicted of selling adulterate drugs in order to maximize his profits. So
Giving too much attention to formal rules or small details.
small details. This is pedantic. Clear, pedantic. The pedantic manager spent the entire meeting talking about one sentence from the report. Pedantic here. It looks like meticulous. Okay. To
To
subtly
suddenly
move.
move someone or something because you're frightened.
Good. This is
Cringe.
cringe. Yeah, when somebody give you the creeps, actually, you cringe away. She did not think she was afraid of being vaccinated, but cringed when she saw the needle.
Someone who believes that knowledge comes from things that can be experienced with the senses or proved by logic.
So this is, yeah, knowledge come
The
from experience with the senses. Okay, so this is positivistic. Okay, the experimental people, they like to experience things. Hempel was a prominent logical positivist of the Berlin School. A substance that's formed by distilling a liquid. I think you studied this.
Yeah,
This is,
distillate.
yeah, distillate. Yeah. Petroleum distillates here. Distillate. This is an adjective. If it's a noun, it's a noun here. If it's a verb, we say distillate. To rub or wear away, especially by friction, erode like a braid.
Average.
Yeah, a braid. The prisoner's manacles abraded his wrists and ankles until they bled. A braid. To cut off branches from a tree, a bush, or plant, especially so that it will grow better in the future, like trimming. So prune here. Prune, I mean that to cut something, to trim it so it looks better. But look at this verb here, to pull something, especially with a sudden movement, to remove it. Here we have pluck.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't pluck flowers. We can prune the hedge, but we don't have to pluck the flowers. Okay, that's it for group number 2. Now let's recap. Today we reviewed your 2 tasks, and then we moved to odd or find odd one out, and we tackled the question with contextual error, and we did one more test, and this is your intake of vocabulary, or this is your portion of vocabulary. Everything will be sent to the WhatsApp group. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
It was great having you today. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.